Hey guys, I just want to go over the oil trade that we had today and kind of just a couple different things you can look for around trigger levels when you're doing harmonics. So we noticed this yesterday morning, late afternoon, and that was this first XA drive right here, right? With a short, shallow pullback to the 382618 box, a drive up into 1.272. It offered a perfect inside bar short right here. We noted that in the afternoon. Um, and then a drop. Right, we're always looking for a hard drop into this zone. Um, I got a little bit worried with this engulfing bar right here, so I cut my order down. Right, this just showed me a lot of selling, but it really was kind of just a little bit premature. Still had a nice size lot as far as lots go. Just I really cut it down because I was fully loaded here. But one thing to notice now on the 1 hour time frame, we have this big engulfing bar, and you have this morning star pin bar where you get this candle that goes down 786, 886. I added right here 87.95, and I bought here as well. So I could have really added a little bit more. I was waiting for an 88 touch, and as soon as I hit market order, it filled me a little bit lower. But one thing to note here is the wick, the big rejection of price, and then the close of this candle back inside the body of this very big important engulfing bar, right? Because you can consider that like an inside bar. And as soon as you get the break above there, you get nothing but volume, right? And then the volume moves the price, and that's a really good move in oil. If you're in from 87.95, 4.5 points, that's the name of the game. Now, the only other thing that I was going back and forth with was, obviously this you can consider this turning into a bat pattern and right down to 886. That's really what I should have been focusing on. And same thing, big rejection of price right here. But when I check other time frames around our trigger level, you'll note 5 minute pin bar with a 50 to 60% pullback. What does that mean? It just missed 50%, but we're looking at this box on the pullback. And then the only other thing you could have done, of course, is wait for your first XA drive off of the move, right? And then we're looking for a pullback to 618. This paid really big, right? This inside bar paid really big. And if you look at that move, super small risk, engulfing candle. They retest the engulfing candle structure with the inside bar breakout area, and then off to the races right here. Perfect. 15-minute time frame. Again, we're always looking for these big inverted hammers. These confuse the hell out of retail off trigger levels. You get the big buyer, and then they sell into the buyer, and they create this inside bar. You get this inside bar. Another huge opportunity, break above the bar, and you get this whole move with the stop loss against the low. They don't always give you one entry. That's the hardest thing to realize. Like, they really do give you more than one opportunity to get in. A lot of people think they miss them. It's not missing them. It's just you lose focus after you don't get the first move. But this offered several different entries, inside bar in every time frame. Like if you look at that in a 10-minute time frame, right? And then they retest it with another one, and then just buying, and then the cross. Right, we're always watching the cross of the 8 over the 89, and then looking for this. And as that happens, that's creating the bullish move, and then you get mostly buying, right? Like if you look down here, it's just nothing but buying since. That's what we're looking for once you get a trigger. Again, it takes them a lot to fill their orders. They have to sell a lot to do this, and that's what they're doing, right? The guys that are selling, they already have their limit order ready at 786 and 886, and they drive it right down to there, right? But this even offered perfect inside bars off the 1.272 extension, so this could have easily been a short to long, and then NQ was honestly even better, and that was this one, and I noted this yesterday. I think fairly early. I want to say mid-afternoon, so probably around noon or 1 o'clock. But we noticed this XA drive and then the pop down to 786. I caught this while I was sleeping with an order. I actually cut my order down size on this too. I bought right here at 786. We noted this chart yesterday, early afternoon, that we had good structure here looking left. And these are the best ones. And then the hard drop, right? We're always looking for these. And then the right XA drive, we note the triangle. You have to see this in a higher time frame because the pullback's a little deep. But if you look at it in a higher time frame, it's perfect. I can find it now. Sorry. Now, if you just switch time frames around here, you have the pin bar, the tweezer bottom. Remember, this is really important too, and that's the double wicks off one zone, so you can tell there's a big buyer there in the 1 hour. I was sleeping, so I didn't see this, but the big pin bar, and then the CPI data, right? Nice move, and then the CPI data, and it took off. That's the place we want to get, right? That was 7-1 risk reward for my first take profit. So that's the type of stuff that you want to get. Oil, I'm looking for 93.68 on it, and that's 8-1 risk to reward. That's what I'm looking for in oil. But that was that pattern. Still really nice. YM was the other one that I held off on, to be honest, and which was just a really poor. This is exactly how I'm trained. To recognize these plays and take advantage of them, and I failed to take advantage of this one. And that was this. All right, so we find the harmonics off the important 618 levels. So you get all of this happening, and then you get this XA drive right up into the 89 EMA. I saw this right before I went to sleep, and I went with NQ instead. But YM offers some of the best trades, right? Perfect to 886. It touched 886 right here with a big pin bar, and then you can look at it in different time frames. That would have been a big play, though. Right? YM pays big money, even on a mini lot. Paid $3,700 on one mini lot. So if you do that on a one full size lot, you're talking big money. Just forget about it. You're talking about 10. You're talking about huge money. But these are the big money plays you can do, right? This is exactly what you want to look for. This is how you want to trade. Gold was pretty easy, just a 786 right off the open. I'm looking for a butterfly pattern now. It was in low time frame. The harmonics off the open are kind of what you want to be looking for. The first move is usually a fake out move. This wasn't a perfect one. We caught right here on gold. And I'll show you what I'm looking for too. I bought right here at 786 on market order, just because I had alerts set right here, and it just missed this order. But you get that engulfing bar right off 786, a retest of the structure of the previous candle, and then you get this move off of here. That's exactly what we look for. Well, what I'm watching on gold right now, because that's such a deep 786 retracement, right? We're always looking for, if we find a deep triangle, you get these fake out harmonics, and that's the butterfly pattern, right? You always want to be looking for that too. And a drive down to 1.272, right? That's what we're looking for. 1.272 of AB. You want to see that trade. There's another one in here you could look at too. That's the one I'm focusing on right now. Fake out these buyers that were right at the low, and they might drive it down here to like in this box right here. You just got to be careful with the butterfly pattern. A lot of times they'll like to put in a wick, and it will flush just over 414, and then they'll put in a hammer, and that's what we're looking for here if it happens. Just a few things we're watching. That's it. This was a really easy play. I had calls on this on 190 calls, so I didn't add to it, which I should have. But this was a perfect inside bar. Paid 21 to 1, right? That's perfect right up. That was the opening of the market right here. You could use this as a stop loss right against the low. Huge move. Tesla too had a 1 hour gimme, right? If you have your inside bar indicator set up, perfect inside bar, and then drive, right? That's the ones I like to see with a real thin body, right? This wick you kind of want to see this body you want to see a little bit bigger, the mother bar, but this is still really good because you have the 8 and the 89 EMA crossing or about to cross, and then you get that drive. That's what you want to see. Just a couple easy plays. You can see it. You get a lot of these off the open, right? These low time frames. You got to if you're just focusing on just Tesla, you're going to get a lot of these. We're always looking for the pop of the 8 crossing over the 89, and then a small harmonic right into the 89 EMA, and then the engulfing bar, retest the engulfing bar structure, and then you get that big move, right? A lot of opportunities out there, that's for sure. That's pretty much all I got right now. I just want to go over those few. I think that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. Trying to think if there's anything else you have questions on or want me to answer. You know, how I did something, how I drew something. Let me know. And then Bitcoin too. We had this structure marked off here. And then what do you get? If you have your inside bar indicator, 1 hour inside bar, double inside bar, breakout, and then they like to pull it back and to retest the structure. And then you get that big move with a nothing stop loss. All right, stop loss is super small, and you get $1,300 move. Really easy. You know, if inside bars are tough, but if you have your structures, like I have all my structures from BTC up, and then when they pull back, I like to see the inside bar off there or pin bar. You know, if you look at a low time frame, what does that look like off that level? All right, you see a pin and then an inside bar, and they come back and retest it at 618, right? You're always using your fib. Pull it back to 618, another inside bar, and then touch and go, and you get that whole move. That's the type of stuff we're looking for. NVAX, I posted this one last night. 45 calls on this went on 8 cents to 40 cents, I think, or 8 cents to 35 cents, something like that. But anyway, I was just looking at this. It's a big pullback on a bad earnings report, but it pulled right to the 886, right? And you see that inverted hammer. This one right here, right at the trigger level. This is 886. See, I was looking for 45 calls on this. How do you pick your targets? Aim from the high to the low to the trigger, right? Trigger is actually 786 on this. I think that's why I picked 55. But that's what I was looking at. I think I picked 45 calls, but this is where you'd be targeting first. And the reason I picked those because I was looking at this structure right here and the weekly call, so it's super. You got to go way closer. I was looking at this structure. But those could go big money. Remember, they hit a low of 8 cents today. This gaps up tomorrow, and those are going to make a very big move, right? Huge move. Let's see what NVAX does. That would have been a really good play. Let's put on some size. That's it. Oil's just ripping, right? That's why we play harmonics. That's why we learn them. This one's just been non-stop harmonics. We caught so many in here. Multiple ones inside of this wave. Just a lot of harmonics. But that's what you want to be trading. Let me know what you think, guys. Just wanted to go over those. That's it. If you have any questions or want to learn, just let me know. Reach out to me. That's what I do. I like to teach people a lot of these plays. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you checking this out. If you have any questions, shout out. Trade smart, guys.